Okay. So the shiur this morning is taking place in shul. Unfortunately, those that are at home don't have one of these papers, but you have it on the screen. You can come in to shul to collect the paper. Shiur this morning. Now trouble for a glass of water, please. Shiur this morning is anticipation of Erev Pesach this week, which will be on Shabbos, and that brings along with itself a myriad of questions. Brings with it Hallachic challenges, but those challenges are left to the poskim to deal with, and if we follow, the advice given by halacha, then everything comes out very easy. Some of the problems that one encounters with an Erev Pesach on Shabbos are as follows. You can't sell on Shabbos, so you can't effect a sale to the goy on Shabbos. The sale has to take place earlier before Shabbos. Another thing you can't do is you can't prepare on Shabbos for after Shabbos. And since certain things have got to do with what will happen after Shabbos, you can't do them on Shabbos. Another problem is that there is a direct prohibition to take from one domain to another domain on Shabbos. So how can you give a goy, give him away your whiskey on Shabbos when he's going to carry it in the street? Another problem is that even if you designate all your chametz to belong to the goy, and you've got crumbs on the floor, big crumbs, there is a prohibition on Pesach, bal yiroah, bal yimotzeh, that it shouldn't be found and shouldn't be seen in your home, any chametz. Which means, practically for us, that when we sell the chametz, we've got to put it away in the cupboard. It cannot be left standing out on the counter. Or it's got to be put away in a box, and the box taped and marked that it's chametz, because of the law, bal yiroah, bal yimotzeh, may not be seen and may not be found in your house any chametz. Another problem that we have to deal with is that we have an obligation on Shabbos to eat 3 meals. Now the third meal can be yotze with pears, with fruit. That's the din in Shulchan Aruch, the Tzud Shlishis. You can be yotze, you can satisfy your obligation of Tzud Shlishis by eating fruit. Tell him, please, we're giving a shiur. Hello. But the first 2 meals on Shabbos must be with bread, and it's forbidden to eat matzah the 24 hours before Pesach, or at least the daytime before Pesach is forbidden to eat matzah. The minhag is not to eat matzah from either Rosh Chodesh, or some have the custom not to eat matzah even from Purim, 30 days, so that you should have tava, you should have desire to eat the matzah. So how do you deal with having Suda Shabbos with Kviyas Suda, which Kviyas Suda is ala lechem, on bread, and have bread on Shabbos Erev Pesach? A final question is, because there was something called Makas B'choros, in which the Bechoros all died. The Bechoros in Egypt all died. Therefore, Bechorim don't eat Erev Pesach unless they've heard a siyum. Now, if you have a siyum, you can make a siyum on Shabbos. That's not a problem. But if you don't have a siyum, according to this minhag, you have to fast. How can you fast on Shabbos? And so, therefore, with these 6 points plus others, Chachamim devised that Erev Pesach in such a year. Anyone need a sheet? Erev Pesach in this year should take place over 3 days. Over Thursday, over Friday, over Shabbos. We spread the laws of Erev Pesach over these 3 days. First and foremost, Thursday is the fast of Bechoros.
Why isn't it Friday? Passover Tavis is Friday, Rabbi.
Because it's a nidcha. Asar B'Tevis is on Friday because if Asar B'Tevis would come out on Shabbos, yes, we would have to fast on Shabbos.
Yes. So,
but Shivas B'Tammuz and Tisha B'Av, if they came out on Shabbos, we would push them off.
Right. But
Asar B'Tevis was the beginning of the problems.
Okay, you answered me now. Okay.
Satanis Bechoros takes place on Thursday.
Yes, yes.
So therefore, Erev Pesach this year is on Thursday, Friday, and Shabbos. Each of these 3 days has some Erev Pesach in it.
Yes.
When Mashiach will come, and he should come now, so that this way we will have the Korban Pesach, then the Erev Pesach of Shabbos will also include in it the dimension of going to the Beis Hamikdash and shechting the Korban Pesach, even though it's Shabbos. For that, it will be called Erev Pesach. So, let's go through the list, because this list sets it out for you and makes it easy. So
May I ask a question, Rav?
Yes, you may.
As we were not allowed to bring lulav and esrog to the Beis Hamikdash on Shabbos to be able to use it, and therefore we don't use lulav and esrog on Shabbos, how come if Erev Pesach is Shabbos and we can take a korban to the Beis Hamikdash, a shecht on Shabbos, and take it back on Shabbos?
Because, you can't take it back on Shabbos. After you've shechted your korban Pesach, you've got to remain either in Har Bayis or in Chil or in the Azar until Shabbos goes out. You can't take it back home, but to bring it, because it's a mitzvah of the Torah, just like you do bris on Shabbos, likewise you do korban Pesach shechita on Shabbos.
The book covers that about taking the korban to the Beis Hamikdash. It doesn't cover the return on it. There's a new book that came out, a picture book for Psochim. It does not cover that. That question was open. Shkoyach, thank you.
Yeah, but you don't take home the korban Pesach. If you say the korban Pesach,
but Psochim doesn't actually tell you that.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm not contradicting you. Psochim doesn't say that you can or you can't. It leaves it as a void.
I don't know.
No, fine, Shine, go.
Okay, let's get through this page and then we'll take questions at the end. So Thursday, you've got 3 things that you have to do on Thursday. You have to do all the final cleanings before the searching for the chametz. You have to make sure your chametz is sold before noon. the sale of chametz will take place on Thursday to the goy at noon. And once the sale has taken place, you can't add to the things being sold. And Thursday is the day for the fast of the firstborns, and coming to shul early on Thursday morning and hearing a siyum.
Will the siyum be on Zoom as well, Rabbi? Would you Zoom
I
it
don't
with
know.
me?
I
No.
don't know,
No, okay.
because you have to eat from the food of the siyum. Thursday night is the night for bedikas chametz, not Friday night. Shulchan Aruch gives a logical reason. Friday night you can't carry a candle around to look in the corners and crevices for chametz.
Is that the only reason?
That is the given reason in Shulchan Aruch. On Thursday night after bedikas chametz, you say the first kol chamira, whereas Friday day after burning the chametz, you don't say the second kol chamira. You say that second kol chamira on Shabbos. So these are the things that you have to do on Thursday, the first part of Erev Pesach. Friday is the second part of Erev Pesach. So Friday is the part of Erev Pesach for burning of the chametz. The burning of the chametz should take place before noon. Even though Shabbos, the Zman, Isser is 11:02, but on Friday, it should take place before noon.
Are you having a big urn outside, burning thing?
There will be, but please don't bring large quantities of chametz.
No, no.
Just the chametz that you found in the
Yeah.
in the searching for
That's fine.
chametz. Sorry, the sale of chametz takes place on Friday at noon, not Thursday. Sorry. Sale of chametz takes place on Thursday. It's affected on Friday. No, I've got myself confused over here. Sale of chametz will take place on Friday. Thursday night is bedikas chametz. Sale of chametz takes place on Friday, and on Friday we prepare.
There are two sellings, isn't there? There's your selling to you, and then there's the selling.
Yes.
To this is the Thursdays for you.
No, Tuesdays for me,
Oh.
because I have to prepare the document to get it sold.
And so that's what that line is there for.
Right.
And then the second one is in relation to you selling it to the guy.
Right. Friday, you have to prepare the chametz that's going to be eaten after the time of the sale of the chametz, and that includes the two challahs that you're going to eat on Friday, one on Friday night and one on Shabbos day. Now, there are a number of advice given for the challahs at the Friday night and Shabbos day. One is to buy those very small challahs, the mini challahs, and each person eats a mini challah.
Pita is safer.
Pita is safer. Or to use pita, hamotzi pita, but eat them over a napkin, because the napkin you will then flush should be a thin napkin, not the heavy napkins, because the heavy napkins will block your toilets.
You should still eat the chametz at the table, because we tend to eat it in the garden.
You can eat it in the garden, and expect the birds to eat up the crumbs.
As long as you can see where you're eating.
Yeah, of course.
Is that to the exclusion of any other chametz? You say prepare chametz, namely the challahs, but are you saying there's other?
If you want to eat other chametz, you have to set it aside from not being included in the sale, because otherwise it will have already been sold at midday on Friday. And
you can include other chametz where it says advisable not?
You can include other chametz, but you must eat it all up.
You have to eat it.
And it shouldn't be chametz in pots or pans because you're not going to be able to wash it out. So don't make barley soup for Friday night, because what you're going to do with the barley that sticks to the pot.
Does that mean you should buy your chalas before Chatzos on Friday?
Yeah, the shops will be closed at 1 o'clock. So you make sure you buy everything before.
So we can't leave our chalas here after 12 o'clock on Friday.
No, this closes down now. We'll close down on Thursday. There'll be other foods.
Yeah.
There'll be kosher deli foods on Friday, but no breads.
Like cosmetic items, like perfume, should that not be used after the sale of chametz?
Ideally, because we don't know what the nature of the alcohol in the perfume is.
Right. So like any cosmetics that are
Right.
maybe
Anything with alcohol is advised to be put away.
There is a KLBD list of cosmetics. Okay. I heard of it.
Rabbi, when you sell your chametz, does it actually come into effect at that moment that you sell it, or is there?
No, it comes into effect at noon on Friday.
Ah, right. So, it comes into effect at noon on Friday. So, if you've sold your chametz and it comes into effect at noon on Friday, how can you have a chametz Shabbos?
You've got to set it aside to be separate from the chametz that you sold.
Of course you can't, unfortunately.
So, even though you've sold it, you've set some aside that you haven't sold.
Correct.
That's right, yeah.
Sorry?
So you won't be able to make a l'chaim, unfortunately, on Shabbos, unless you pour the rest of the bottle down the drain.
Yes.
or just for a certain amount that you know you'll drink.
Or finish.
Because you've got full bottle, haven't you? You mean with whiskey? Yeah, whiskey, yeah. Isn't that wine?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can have kosher Pesach l'chaim.
Sorry?
You can have kosher Pesach l'chaim.
You can have Slivovich 85% is kosher Pesach. That's 170 proof.
What's that, Rabbi?
Slivovich.
Is it?
It's made from plums.
I know what Shivovitz, I think it's 170% proof.
Yeah, Slivovich 85.
It can help run the chametz. It's so high. No, seriously, Tzvi, it's so high.
Okay. Friday you have to do something else, and that is Friday you've got to make all the preparations for Pesach, for the Seder, i.e. you've got to check your matzahs and separate the whole ones from the broken ones, so that you have it easy for setting up your Seder plate, for your Lechem Mishnah on Sunday day and Monday day, yes. And therefore you check your matzahs. In the olden days, you had to check your matzahs also for bubbles and for folds. But today, the bakeries have all the matzahs checked in the bakery for bubbles and for folds. If you have a bubble inside the matzah, or if you have a fold in the matzah, that piece of matzah must not be eaten.
So what you're trying to do is to avoid selecting on Shabbos.
Correct.
So actually, if you wait till Motzi Shabbos, you can make the separation then.
You can, but it's going to take a while till you get to the Seder. Yeah.
The idea is to start the Seder as soon as possible.
That's right, that's the mitzvah.
Yeah. Or I can do it during the
Must be a tikkun.
Right. Second thing is on Friday you have to roast the zerah. Third thing is on Friday you have to wash and dry the lettuce. Fourth thing is on Friday you have to grind the maror. If you miss grinding maror on Friday, it's quite complicated what to do on Motzei Shabbos, how to grind it. One of the ways is by grinding it using a grater and holding it in your left hand as a shinoi, which is a bit of a complication. To grind it onto a dishcloth rather than into a bowl. So better off is to grind the chametz, the maror, to grind it on Friday. Obviously, put it away in an airtight jar so you don't lose the strength of the maror. On Friday, you have to prepare the charoises. On Friday, you have to prepare the salt water. You are allowed to prepare salt water on Yom Tov, but it's easiest if everything is prepared before. On Friday, you have to prepare the candles for 3 days, not for 2 days. You've got to prepare for Friday night, Shabbos night, and Sunday night.
I heard some of the shops are selling salt water.
Yeah. That's innovative.
They have been for a few years now.
Selling packets of comments as well.
Yeah, the 10 pieces, yeah.
Yeah, the 10 pieces.
Yeah. Hello.
Those people that have an open garden to their neighbor have to have Erev Chatzeros. Now, even if you live in an Erev, your open garden to your neighbor is a separate Erev and requires a separate Erev Chatzeros. Erev Chatzeros lasts only for a year. So the time to renew it is Erev Pesach with a new box of matzah.
If a neighbour's fence panel has fallen down,
You have a problem.
you have to make an open terrace.
Before Shabbos.
Yeah.
Yes.
It depends how much of it is falling.
Yeah.
That meter wide.
It's an issue. Better make a Erev Chatzeros. Okay. One more thing is to light a 26-hour candle before Shabbos so that you have a flame from which to light your candles on Motzei Shabbos. Friday night Kiddush is as usual, and Amoti is over Chametz.
Rabbi Sudak, may I contradict you? It is you've got to have at least a 72-hour candle because you've got to light second night as well.
Yeah,
Unless you've got
100%. But the minimum is to have a 26-hour candle so that you can light another candle on Motzei Shabbos.
Cause yourself a lot of problems that way. It's far simpler to have at least a 48-hour or a 72.
If you leave your
100%.
I'm sorry,
You mean your-
which day do we light the candle? I'm still confused.
Friday.
Shabbos.
Friday, not Thursday. Friday.
Friday. We're on Friday
Can't light it
now.
after Friday, can you?
No, but like early Friday, not Thursday, not Thursday. It's Friday. Okay,
Friday.
all right.
But you can leave a gas hob on as well,
You can leave a gas hob on as well, that's fine.
for heating up and stuff.
100%, except that a lot of people today don't no longer have gas hobs, they have electric hobs. Yes,
Yeah, it's difficult to get a light off an electric hob.
sorry,
Very difficult to get a light off of an electric hob.
correct. I didn't get your question, Stephen.
When do you buy the chollas? Because the bakers can't carry on making chollas all the way up until Wednesday.
No, on Friday morning.
Will there be chollas in the bakery?
I'm sure there will be challahs.
They're closing at midday, the bakers, so they will have to.
Yes. Yeah, but you want to get there as early as possible because they're not like any other Shabbos where if they run out and do another bake. They'll bake what they bake and that's it.
The supermarket sell Cohen's colors.
Yeah, they're good challahs.
So, if Costco, you don't get it, you've got an opportunity maybe in the supermarket to buy whatever you need.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the last word you said.
I said if you don't manage to do it on Friday morning, then maybe Friday afternoon you go to the supermarket, you find if you're lucky, you might find some Cohen's colors there.
If you're lucky, is right.
Well, listen.
Okay. Shabbos morning, you have to begin the meal early enough to eat the meal before the time of the Hafsaka, which is 10 o'clock exactly. So therefore, Shabbos morning, you have to have a very early Shacharis. Kiddush is as usual, Hamotz is over Chometz, and finish all the Chometz before 10 o'clock, and flush away all the remaining crumbs, as one cannot add on Shabbos to the sale of Chometz that was affected yesterday. Finally, say the second Kol Chamira before 11:03 a.m. When you burn the Chometz on When you burn the Chometz on Friday, you do say the Yehirotzen Kishem Shani Mavar. That applies just to the act of burning. Shabbos afternoon, one may not make any preparations for something that's to take place after Shabbos. I recall vividly, I think it was Tafshim Mem Daled 5744, that Erev Pesach came out to be on Shabbos. The Rebbe used to give out matzah, 1984. Mem Daled. I was in New York then.
That was the last time?
No, it wasn't the last time.
But that was the last time that the Rebbe gave out the matzah.
Yeah.
Afterwards, he gave it to the Kollel people to give out.
I need to ask a question. What? Let me.
Sorry?
Rabbi, if you can hear me.
Yes.
We normally would brush our teeth after finishing eating comets. What do you suggest we do?
You take a swig of mouthwash.
Yeah.
And keep your lips pursed closed. Stick your toothbrush into your pursed lips with a mouthwash in your mouth. Brush your teeth with a mouthwash in your mouth. And then open your mouth and let it all out.
Okay. Thank you.
Back to my story. That Shabbos, just after Mincha, a line formed for those people who were going to get matzah from the Rebbe. They didn't get matzah on Friday before Shabbos. It was 1982. The Rebbe came down into shul and he saw the line. He realized what the line is, and he said, "It's l'chmechin mishabbos lechol." It's prepared. You're standing on line. It's preparing for Shabbos to after Shabbos, and the line disbanded itself. Shabbos after Mincha. Mincha will be half an hour earlier. This Shabbos. Yes. That's exactly where we're at. Shabbos after Mincha, you have to do two things. You have to learn the Haggadah from Avodah Mayinu till Achapal Kol Avodah, and you're supposed to say the Seder Korban Pesach.
What I'm saying, isn't that preparing for the Seder?
No, but that's learning. You're allowed to learn. So that Shabbos after, sorry?
Instead of eating bread collars, can one use egg matzah?
No. No, because egg matzah is not for making a meal on.
Right.
It has to be something that you can be kaver suda.
So you can't have Pesach to the cake, Shalosh Yiddish, only fruit.
You can have Pesach cake.
You can, fine.
Yeah.
No problem.
But it's not mazonis.
Pardon?
It's not mazonis.
Can you have typical things that will be on the kara, like a simonim, like, for instance, nuts? Can you have nuts on Shabbos afternoon?
No. Not Erev Pesach, not the first day of Pesach, not until after the Korach of the second night.
You can't have apple juice.
You can't have apple juice.
Not apples, but apple juice.
You can have apple juice.
Oh, and for left the Mishnah, not to use the matzah for the second.
Of
course,
Yeah, 100%.
So can I
Just in case anybody
summarize? So before 11:03 on Shabbos, you have to have eaten how many meals?
Before one meal.
1 meal. Then you have to have another,
Before 10, not before 11:03.
you have another meal later.
In the afternoon, before 4 o'clock.
No comment.
I'm assuming you could have eggs.
And you wash on both.
You can have egg.
Three, right?
No.
You don't wash for the second one.
After kids, you have to have.
Yeah, but you have meat.
Come on, see, and then you can have.
You can have meat. You don't.
Yeah. And you can have something other than that.
Yeah, wait till whatever. Yeah, that's the guy wrong. And then. It's not the main thing, is it? It's not like you lost it.
Well, some people do.
Oh, by the first meal, the Suda Shnia,
Yeah.
where you make chamotzion, you have fleischik and everything there?
Yeah.
Or do you have it later on in the afternoon?
It's up to you.
It's up to you.
You can have your omelets and then wait till.
You have to have a meal.
I know that.
So you have it with challah.
Yes.
What you have without challah is up to you. When you eat your meat and your cholent is up to
You
you.
have to make chamotzi by 10 o'clock.
Yes.
But you have to make hamoiti by 10
Finish.
o'clock.
Finish.
You have an hour and-
You have to finish.
Finish hamoiti. But then you only have an hour and 12 minutes to bench.
But you don't have to, bench.
No.
You can bench later.
You can bench later.
As long as you're within the.
That's right, that's what I'm always confused
As
about.
long as you're Krebea Suda, you can
The
bench
mashal.
after the 72 minutes.
Yeah. Rabbi, is that right?
And as long as you don't interrupt with no eating for 72 minutes, you can continue eating.
So you can nosh on something within the 72 minutes, and then you have your gossor by 12 o'clock, say,
Whenever you want.
whatever you want.
Ah, okay. I see, you have fruit or something.
But the bread has got to be disposed of
By 10 o'clock.
by 10 o'clock.
I'm still confused. You need to bench 3 times.
No. You need to bench twice. Once Friday night, one Shabbos day, and then a third meal can be made up of fruits.
Yes.
And you don't need to bench the third.
You don't need to wash. which
Well,
they do.
burn the fashas.
You don't need to watch it.
You don't even need to wash, okay.
Yes.
Is that the normal rule for Sudash?
Yes.
You only watch so you can eat after Shkia.
Correct.
Sorry?
Tablecloths and candles. Those used
Yes,
plastic
you have to
tablesticks,
put them away.
silver candlesticks are not on the table.
Correct. Sorry? Okay.
No, no.
Finally, one more thing. BST comes in at midnight of the first night of Pesach. Make a decision in your house whether you're changing the clocks before Shabbos or not. Maybe have 2 clocks, have 1 clock GMT and 1 clock BST, so that you are sure about your Bir Chometz on GMT 10 o'clock, which is BST 9 o'clock, and 11:02 GMT, which is 10:02 BST.
No, the clocks only go back Saturday night, though, right? The
Confusing.
clocks change Saturday night, not Friday night.
It's 11.
This is all very
11, not
confusing.
11.
Yeah.
In order
I'll say it again. I'll say it again. Have 2 clocks in your house,
Yes.
1 a GMT and 1 a BST.
Yes.
Shabbos morning, use the GMT clock for 10 o'clock and for 11:02. Because if you're using the BST clock, then Shabbos morning, you've got to use it 9 o'clock.
No, 11 o'clock.
No, easier.
It goes forward.
It's going forward, Rabbi.
11.
Forward, clock's
10
forward.
o'clock is
It's
11
going
o'clock.
forward, not
10 o'clock
backwards.
GMT is 11 o'clock BST.
So it's 11 a.m. and 12:03.
It's going forward.
On the new clock. Yes.
Okay.
So Chatzos is really adhering to the natural order of the day, not the manufactured order of the day, BST.
Where do we have Chatzos over here?
BST is
No, but
Saturday
BST
night.
doesn't,
it's the complete reverse. The only safe way of doing this is you follow one time as per this sheet.
Correct.
That's it, end of story.
Yes, otherwise you
Otherwise you get confused, because there's already.
Can I suggest that since most of us these days have clocks that change themselves,
Yeah.
so you can't change, if you change and they change again, that you change all your clocks except possibly one to BST beforehand and label them as to what they are.
So
Post it on the clock as to what it is.
should we scribble in where it says finish all the chomets before 10 a.m. Just put a little marker to say that's GMT.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Because BST only starts.
On the short calendar itself.
Doesn't matter because you have to. It doesn't matter when it starts. You have to have your clock in your house the way you want it. So you have to set your clock on Friday the way you want it. If you're going to make all your clocks in your house on Friday at BST, then your time of beer will be different.
Then it's 11 and 12:03.
Yes, and the davening also will be different.
So wouldn't it be better to move it to BST and then just follow BST, or make no difference?
Do it the way you want
As
to.
long as you're consistent.
Shabbos morning we're going to be 7 a.m. GMT.
GMT, yeah.
I'm just sticking with GMT.
Somebody turns up 7 a.m. BST, they'll have to wait now.
Now you get an hour more in bed on BST.
Okay, are there any more questions?
Second-day Yom Tov, if you might.
Shh. Are there any more questions of those on the Zoom?
Yeah. Can I just clarify what we say? We say Kol Chamer on Shabbos, correct? So on Friday when we're burning, what do we actually say?
The Hirotzen.
The Hirotzen without the Kol Chamer.
Shem Shani Mavar Chometz Mi Beisi, but not the Kol Chamer.
So Thursday night we say the normal one for B'dikas Chametz. Friday
Correct.
morning we say the Hirotzen only, and Shabbos day we say the Kol Chamer only.
Correct.
Thank you very much.
Any more questions?
If you live in a property where it's I mean, a lot of people here, going non-Jews and Jews, what's the situation with the dustbins?
It's a problem, but because there's non-Jews, therefore there's nothing you can do about it.
2 a.m. isn't it?
Wow.
So it's included.
Please, Rabbi.
Yes.
Can I ask you, Kol Chamir v'Chamir, you say on Shabbos. So exactly what time do you say that? What time do you say that?
Between 10 o'clock and 11:02.
Now, just for the Indian, how can one say Kol Chamira in Shabbos when Shabbos you're not allowed to burn? Just a shaila. Just understand.
You're
If
not
you can't burn on
you're
Shabbos,
not burning it. You're declaring in the bottle it should be nullified.
it to be mevatel. Okay, beseder. Koyach.
Any more questions? Well, I wish you all Chag Pesach Kosher V'Sameach. I'm available for any questions throughout the week.
Anybody who hasn't yet sold their comments done their comments forms, those who are listening online, please either go online or come here and take a form and you can hand it in person to Rabbi Sudak. But don't forget, as by Tuesday, you'd like to have them all ready to prepare the fire. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Mincha will be this afternoon at 5 p.m. GMT.
Yes. All times of GMT.
Professor, this is in addition to the online form.
Sure.
Thank you.